How much rain do you think we got?
Probably 6 inches at least. That was crazy.
Yep, 6 inches.
Wow.
It's completely full. That's insane. Coming out to work today, buddy, or you're just gonna sleep all day? Well, we've got rain coming all week, so I guess if you're gonna have a record rain year, have a record rain year. It'll be the remnants from Hurricane Tropical Storm Eta. So hopefully not just like Zeta. The winds were crazy with that, but we're definitely gonna get some rain. So it comes in around harvest time this week. Seems like that always happens. But yeah, today just mowed the grass. We did like errand stuff this morning. It's Monday, so we're gonna prep these tunnels for all the rain. We gotta tighten them back up again. We've been blessed with some really nice weather recently. It's November. It's like probably 70 right now. The tomatoes are really enjoying it. What up?
Oh, just replanted some spinach.
Oh, you put spinach there?
Yeah. Hot out today.
It is warm. One of the things that happens with these tunnels is with a storm, the plastic gets loosened from the T-post, which we're gonna get rid of that, but the strings will loosen up from the rain, and also the plastic can shift over to one side. So now we have to loosen everything and adjust the plastic back this way and then retighten it. So we got a lot of slack out of everything there. What do you think?
Looks cool already.
So we're working on the food forest area, and so continuing along this line of pines, I'm gonna go through and like limb everything up, and then we'll see like how the trees look as far as like which whole trees to take out. Like we'll leave this one here and take some of them other ones out. Definitely this leaning one, and then as you look over into there you can see the ones we've tagged already, but we don't want to take too many out because we don't want to expose the rest of this canopy to direct sunlight when they haven't had it for probably like 20 years. If y'all don't remember the plan for this area, it's to start in here like the food forest area, so edible plants planted all along this edge, all along through the woods, and have the oak canopy. There's a lot of oaks, there's a lot of hickories, there's a lot of tulip trees, there's beech trees, so we'll have those be the overall canopy, and instead of all this trash underneath like all these pines, it'll be edible serviceberries, mulberries, blueberries, figs, edible, just a ton of edible plants, maybe medicinal ones too, whatever. We still have to learn a lot about that stuff. So yeah, this is the beginning of it. You can see how thick it is there, and then where I'm standing is how thick that was. So we got a lot of work to do, and I think with a lot of the brush we're gonna burn it for biochar. We don't have a chipper, we can't work on it all at once. Like we could go through here in probably 2 or 3 days with doing the removals if we had a crew here and we run out of chipper to make chips, but it's just not that realistic, so we'll just burn it and then we'll use that to add as amendments. For the bigger wood, that's pine, we'll burn or set up to burn for bonfires and stuff. We got 3 inches of rain just last night and this morning. See the water pooling up there? That's ridiculous. Got standing water up there. The garlic is nice and wet there. There's a comment about juglones. So black walnut trees will release, they have juglones in them, so basically it's like a natural herbicide that will affect a lot of plants, especially plants that grow underneath the trees. So like the roots exude a lot of it, and even if you cut the tree down and the roots are breaking down for a long time, it'll still release those chemicals that can inhibit plant growth. But there are vegetables that actually grow around that in heavy doses, and the concern came up about the leaves, putting the leaves down, and garlic is actually pretty resistant to that. So are onions, carrots, parsnips, some other ones I forget, but like things like peas and tomatoes are really susceptible to it. The leaves, when they start drying up and breaking down, the toxicity of it goes down, and so it doesn't become that big of an issue. And most of what I can see in there is oaks. Most of what's in the city is oaks, and yeah, I can't smell it either. There's no fruit in there, so if they were sucking up leaves, or someone was cleaning their lawn or using the mower, there probably would be some fruit in there. And then, you know, if that was the case, we would not use it, we would just compost it. I'm also gonna be spraying a concentrated microbe solution all over that, all over these leaf piles, both leaf piles. Really, I put it, if I do foliar ferts out here, I put that stuff in with it. And a day, like today when the rain stops, hopefully if it does, I'll get out there and I'll put a bunch of EM1 down, a bunch of endomycorrhizae, and then yeah, the next rain that comes in will be heavy enough to work all that into the soil, and it can start doing its thing. So yesterday we flipped some beds here. So this soil right here, you can see the yellowing in the spinach. That is, that's micronutrient deficiency. So that soil there, even though it was amended, the actual soil that those plants are growing in is subsoil from here. And so I had a skid steer here, and I cut this big hill out and filled in a ditch over here, or like a low area. It's just super crappy subsoil, and it's gonna take time. So the new beds, there's compost down, there's more amendments, mostly nitrogen, to get things rolling in there, and extra azomite for the micronutrients. And yeah, we'll see how it's fennel, and I think that's kohlrabi over there. Pretty good winter crops. So we'll see how they do. And then we're gonna test the soil and get it fixed even more. We kind of rushed this to make sure we had enough for the winter. That was empty yesterday. I'm gonna end up ruining this camera using it in the rain all the time. What up?
Harvesting cabbage.
In the rain?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's the way it is.
Yep. So tomorrow is really the harvest day, but since it's gonna be raining so much, we'll do like the tunnels and stuff today, and then some of the stuff outside. Try and take some of the pressure off tomorrow. How much rain do you think we got?
Probably 6 inches at least. That was
Yeah.
crazy.
There's really bad flooding going on here. It rained really hard, like all night. Yep, 6 inches.
Wow.
It's completely full. That's insane. That's 6 inches in 2 days. I'm gonna put some leaves down here in the walkways yesterday. That helped with the washout. If we had the swales dug in the pond, it would all be full.
I know. It'll still be overflowing probably.
Yeah. This is where the pond will start, so I guess that's good that it flows this way, out in front of the bees. So this is down by where we raise the meat birds. The layers are up there, and that's like a old creek ditch area, and it's really the beginning of this creek that goes, it starts here and then goes into the town. We've always thought it'd be cool to be able to manage all this land and take all this runoff and move it up there and bring it down through. and probably like a pond of some sort along the way. But yeah, it's pretty flooded back here. Okay, got all this stuff washed and ready to be for like farm pickups and stuff. And then Tori will organize it for the market. So I'm just got here, so we're gonna flip beds and get some stuff planted behind what we harvested, and get that stuff ready for winter veggies. That garlic's really taken off. So far so good for everything surviving the rain. Just a little bit farther north of here, they had 8 to 10 inches. The river flooded. It's really bad up there. Yeah, it's just insane weather this year. Really, the whole year has been insane. But so after the bed flipping, we're gonna come back and keep working on this by getting these leaves in the walkway. So in the winter, we don't really cultivate the walkways very often, and with all the rain we'll likely get, if the pattern stays the same, then this will really help with the washout and help hold some moisture if we need it to. This kale in here is finally bouncing back after the excessive caterpillar damage. So that's good to see that. That's the stuff that Nick pruned that one day. While I pruned the Swiss chard, it's bouncing back too. I guess as far as growing goes, good news that our winter is going to be warmer this year, but that also means there's going to be a lot more pest issues next year because we don't have an actual freeze. So, you know, for things like doing the food forest project, growing things in the tunnels for sure, because we can really heat it up during the day, and certain crops that will be a little more sensitive to the cold, that's good news. I know that most of the people that I've talked to would really prefer an actual winter and an actual freeze, because we're all dealing with really bad pest issues. Inside these tunnels is looking pretty good though. So today was the 100th week straight that we've delivered to the honey hog, and that's mostly been salad. We do year-round salad for the honey hog, and collards in the fall, winter, and spring. I have a plan to do collards in the summer this year. We'll see if I can pull it off or not. And we also take them tomatoes, squash, cabbage, onions, a lot of onions. 100 weeks straight, that's a lot. That's pretty cool, and definitely unique for actual local food support like that. I'll probably talk about that more in next week's video. So we're gonna come through and flip this, get it ready to plant. That's tatsoi here. So we'll probably do maybe like fennel. We'll see what we have in the nursery. Good. Carrots are one of those things like eggs. Since we got chickens, we can't buy store-bought eggs, and we don't really buy store-bought chicken much anymore either. Most of the vegetables, well, we don't really buy vegetables. We haven't for a long time, but carrots are definitely one of the things that once you eat good ones, you can't go back to store-bought. productive day today. It was cool to get everything done. Tori's got everything organized. This is what I'm taking to Charlotte, and then this is what Jenny and Leela are taking to Conover, and then this is what Tori's taking to Hickory. Hopefully the markets are pretty busy, and you never really know with the holidays, so I don't know, it's 2020, so we'll see.
Alright, it's Sunday. Out here feeding the chickens and giving them some of our leftover kitchen scraps and market scrap, or like market leftovers from 2 weeks ago. And you know, we try and obviously sell everything, and we'll give stuff to Chef Ben from the Underground Table to do stuff with that, any leftovers that he wants. If anyone loved the rain, it was definitely the ducks. So accounting tip of the week this week is health insurance. So obviously Casey and I are self-employed, so we don't have an employer provided health insurance. So what we do is we have private health insurance, and it's through the National Life Foundation or US Health. It's like a US Health group, and it's Cigna certified, and it's a pretty good insurance, I think. You know, when I was comparing it with other ones, I feel like the price was comparable, and it's, in my opinion, affordable. But basically we just have the high deductible plan, or like the emergency plan. So like if we broke an arm or a leg, like that would be covered under emergencies. And then we have preventative health care, so like regular dentist checkups, regular physicals, stuff like that, with just a small copay. And then anything in between is kind of out of pocket, but since we're pretty healthy and we don't have any chronic disease or chronic illnesses, we feel that it really works for us. And so our insurance guy is Coleman, and he's really good. He's super attentive. I've always been like really happy talking with him. He knows what he's talking about and is really happy to help out. And if you guys are interested, I'll leave his information in the description below. And he services Iowa, Ohio, North Carolina, Michigan, South Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, and West Virginia. So if you're in any of those states and you're looking for some private health insurance, hit him up.